નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી.
Standard 8, Subject Science, Chapter 4, Materials, Metals and Non-Metals. So dear students, this is the revision video and we have completed metals and non-metals physical properties. Now, today we will learn the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, first of all, reaction with oxygen. The oxygen, how they will behave with the oxygen. See, metals reacts with the oxygen to form metallic oxides or metal oxides. Okay, metals plus oxygen, you will get metal oxides. Okay, now to show that these metallic oxides are basic in the nature. See what you have to do for this. You will see an activity. Take a spoon full of rust. Rust means what? Iron oxide. Fe2O3 you are saying. Dissolve in a small amount of water. See what you have to do. Take any vessel, either beaker or any vessel, and take rust and water and rust you have to add it. Then you have to stir it well, mix it well. Then shake the mixture well and test the solution with the red and blue litmus paper. Both you have to test with this. So observe the color changes of the litmus paper. So dear students, you will see that the solution of the rust and water changes the color of the red litmus paper to blue color. So what color changes? Here, red to blue. So this shows that metallic oxides are basic in the nature. Okay. So this way you can say that metals reacts with oxygen to form metal oxides or metallic oxides. These are basic in the nature. Okay, now what about the non-metals? The non-metals reacts with oxygen to form non-metallic oxides. Say, the non-metals reacts with oxygen to form non-metal oxides. These are acidic in nature. So how will you show that this one? So what you have to do, take a small amount of sulfur powder. So what you have to do? Take sulfur. Okay, sulfur powder you have to take in the deflagrated receiver. Deflagrated means like this. Long handled spoon. Here sulfur you have to add. Okay, this one. So here you have to put the sulfur. Take a small amount of sulfur powder in a deflagrating spoon. Like a long handled spoon like this. So, and heat it. So this you have to heat. As sulfur starts burning, introduce the spoon into the gas or glass tumbler. See what you have to do, this one. So you have to introduce or you have to keep in the glass tumbler. Okay. So that cover the lid. Afterwards you have to cover the lid and ensure that the gas produced does not escape. So here the gas you have to store it. And then add a small amount of water to this and cover the jar with properly. Shake the tumbler well and test the solution with the again blue and red litmus paper. So observation, when sulfur burns in the oxygen, it produces, you know that sulfur burns in the oxygen, produces sulfur oxide or sulfur dioxide. On dissolving the sulfur dioxide in the water, sulfurous acid will be forming. Sulfurous acid, the chemical formula of sulfurous acid, H2SO3. Okay, this will form. And when you will put the red litmus paper, so blue litmus paper changes into red color. So what will be there? Here, blue will be changes into red in colors. So this shows that non-metallic oxides are, what will be there? Non-metallic oxides are acidic in the nature. So this shows that non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Okay. Now this is the one property. Now next one is reaction with the water. So whenever the metals reacts with water to form either oxides or hydroxides. Okay, for example, okay, see, metals reacts with water to form either oxides or hydroxides. So for example, we will take off which one? Sodium we will take. Sodium. Sodium is the metal. And what you have to do, take a small piece of sodium, but you have to carefully you have to handle it. A pair of tongs you have to use to handle the piece of sodium metal because this is a very reactive metal. And cut with a small piece of sodium metal. And what you have to do, dry this one with wrap it with a small piece of cotton, and then you have to put in the beaker. So take a beaker here, water. So then you have to add this. Okay, then what will happen? So you see, when you have put this one small piece of sodium into the water, and you will know that this will be catching fire. Sodium metal reacts vigorously. Vigorously means very violently with water and catches fire becomes. So dear students, what will you will observe? You will notice that the fire. The beaker becomes hot during the reaction. Okay. So in this way, whenever the metals reacts with water to form either oxides or respective hydroxides. Here, sodium with water, sodium. So, with water you will get sodium hydroxides. See, whenever aluminum reacts with water, aluminum oxide. So, like this, either oxides or hydroxides will be formed. And what about the non-metals? Most of the non-metals do not react with the water. So, non-metals does not show any reaction with the water. Now, the third property is reaction with the acids. See, we have completed now reaction with oxygen, reaction with water, and reaction with now acids. Usually, metals react with acid to form corresponding salts. Corresponding salts. Like suppose if you have taken magnesium salts like this, with the evolution of the hydrogen gas. So, what will be producing? Hydrogen gas will be producing. So in this one, for example, here, and non-metals will be there. Non-metals, most of the non-metals do not show react with any acids. Most of the non-metals do not react with acids. And first of all, I try to understand this one. Understand the activity of this. See, the reaction of metals with the acids. See, here you see that. So what you have to take samples of metals and non-metals and put them into, take this separately, add dilute separate, put them in separate test tubes. Okay, take them test tubes here. So like this way, different test tubes. Okay. So like this, what you have to do, okay, here taken A, B, C, D, E, F, okay, like this, A, B, C, and D, okay, like this, 3, 4, and take the samples of metals as well as non-metals. And, okay, here taken, you just to think, okay, then add the metals, 5 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid. Here what you have to add? 5 ml of dilute HCl. Or dilute hydrochloric acid. Then, if the reaction does not occur, so you have to heat it. So what you will find? Suppose you have taken magnesium, and we will get magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. And here aluminum taken. So here also we will get reaction takes place and liberating the hydrogen gas. And here iron we have taken. Iron also produces here and liberating hydrogen gas. But now if we have taken here sulfur, see this one is non-metal. And another test you've taken carbon and here and no reaction takes place. In this, no reaction because these are non-metals. So metals reacts with acid, produces respective salts and with the evolution of hydrogen gas. Non-metals does not produce or does not react with the acids. Now the last one is the displacement reaction. So what about the study? We'll see displacement reaction. We'll see. What do you mean by displacement reaction? A more reactive metal has the tendency to displace a less reactive metal from its solution. Such a reaction is called as displacement reaction. So what is displacement reaction, dear students? A more reactive metal has the tendency to displacement to shift a less reactive metal from its solution. And for understanding this one activity will do here, take here 5 test tubes and or you can take the beaker also. Okay, like this beaker, so just to think, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and as well as 5 beakers. And what you have to do, take 100 ml and label them ABCD and add here 50 ml. 50 ml. What you have to do? 50 ml of water. So everywhere here 50 ml of water. Okay? 50 ml of water. Then the beaker A, copper sulfate and zinc granulohydride. Here copper sulfate, CuSO4 plus zinc. Zinc granule means zinc pieces. And the B test tube, copper sulfate and iron. Here copper sulfate and iron. Okay. In the third test tube, zinc sulfate and copper. Here zinc sulfate and copper. Okay. Now the next fourth one, ferrous sulfate, FeSO4 and copper. So here what will be there? FeSO4 and copper. And the fifth one, zinc sulfate and iron. See, zinc sulfate and iron. Okay, like this way. Now 5 beakers we have taken. We added here this copper sulfate and zinc, copper sulfate and iron. So what you will observe, dear students? So you know that a zinc here in the test tube A, this is B, C, D and E. Okay, here, this one. A zinc displaces copper from the copper sulfate solution. Here, zinc displaces copper from the copper sulfate solution. And the blue color of the copper sulfate solution changes to colorless. So here reaction taken place. Okay. Now in the second test tube you see, second beaker, iron displaces here, iron displaces copper and forming, what will be formed? Iron displaces copper from the copper sulfate solution to form iron sulfate. Here also the blue color of the copper sulfate solution changes to green color. Here also reaction taken place. But what about the third? Third one, no changes here observed. Here no changes and here also no changes and here also no changes is observed. Why, dear students? Why? The question arises why. You know that the definition says a more reactive metals are displacing the the less reactive one. It means what? Who are more strong, they can displace the weaker one. So you know that here the metals what we have taken here too, zinc, iron and copper. See, zinc, iron, copper you are using here. So in this metal, zinc is the most or the more strongest here. And next one iron, next one copper. So that is why this type of observation we have seen. So here zinc is the copper, so copper is less reactive. And here iron is the copper, iron is more reactive. And here copper and zinc is stronger, so that's why no reaction. And here copper, iron is stronger, no reaction. And here iron and zinc is stronger, so no reaction. Here, these two observations, because here you see, zinc is more stronger than the copper, so that's why this place here forms zinc sulfate solution. And here iron is more stronger than the copper, so that's why I got it iron sulfate solution, and color also changes. So this type of reaction is called as displacement reaction. Okay students, what are the ideas? So these are the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, students, got the idea now? So all these things, you have to go through it, all the chemical reactions, mainly reaction with oxygen, reaction with water, reaction with acids, and displacement reactions. So all the things, go through it and remember also. Okay, thank you, bye bye.
Thank you for joining us.